What do JonBenet Ramsey, Tupac, and the Black Dahlia have in common? Their brutal, gruesome murders were never solved. Many of our history's most brutal crimes sadly remain unsolved long after their initial investigations. This was especially true before the advent of modern forensic technology. Police toiled away on unsolved murders, abductions, and other horrific cases, taking an emotional toll on them after days, months, and often years of work with no end. In this video, we are going to discuss top 10 unsolved police cases. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. The Zodiac Killer. Believed to have killed at least 5 people in Northern California from 1968 to 1969, the Zodiac Killer has remained unknown since his first murders, the shooting of a teenage couple. When another couple was shot in 1969, the killer called the police to take responsibility for both crimes. He also wrote taunting letters to newspapers. Those newspapers published not only the killer's letters, but also the ciphers he sent along with them. The papers encouraged the public to help decode the secret messages, but the letters and the decoded ciphers haven't been enough to crack the case. Though several suspects have been investigated, the Zodiac Killer's identity has never been proven. Number 9. Missouri's Cryptic Murder. Ricky McCormick's murder in St. Louis, Missouri remains one of the FBI's top unsolved cases. McCormick's body was dumped in a field in 1999 with 2 encrypted notes found in his trouser pockets. Despite help from the American Cryptogram Association, the FBI has not been able to decipher the codes. "We are really good at what we do," the FBI's Dan Olson said in a statement, "but we could use some help with this one." The code might reveal McCormick's whereabouts before his death and lead to the killer. Olson's plea also outlined how the FBI's cryptanalysts solve codes and ciphers in 4 stages. Number 8. Molly Bish. On June 27, 2000, 16-year-old Molly Bish of Warren, Massachusetts, vanished without a trace. Her disappearance came a day after the blonde-haired teen had started working as a lifeguard at a pond in her hometown. The resulting hunt to find her became the largest search for a missing person in Massachusetts history. Molly's story, along with the story of her parents, Maggie and John Bish, to find their youngest child, later became the focus of a 2002 feature by Mel Allen, now Yankees editor. But the following year, Molly's remains were recovered just 5 miles from her home. Her murderer has never been found, making Molly's case one of New England's most frustrating unsolved mysteries. Police continue to try to crack the cold case, and investigators still receive tips about it on a weekly basis. Number 7. Samanda Pushkar. A renowned businesswoman and the wife of a former Indian diplomat and politician, Shashi Tharoor, Pushkar was killed in a hotel room in Delhi's Leela Palace. Reports suggest that her husband Shashi discovered her body and just assumed that she was asleep. It was only when Pushkar did not wake up that he informed the police of the death. She allegedly died a day after she accused Pakistani journalist Mary Celeste of stalking her husband on Twitter. When Pushkar's body was sent for post-mortem, the conclusion was that she had committed suicide. However, a report from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences doctors claimed injury marks, followed by the death of a drug overdose. Number 6. The Black Dahlia. On January 15, 1947, the dismembered body of a woman was discovered in a vacant lot in Leimert Park, Los Angeles. After the authorities were called, the body was identified as Elizabeth Short, later known as the Black Dahlia, a 22-year-old aspiring actress who had been dating a married salesman. 6 days after the gruesome discovery, on January 21, the editor of the Los Angeles Examiner, James Richardson, received an anonymous call. On January 24, a curious envelope was discovered by a U.S. Postal Service worker. The letter contained Short's birth certificate, photos, and other personal belongings. Over the years, the police have questioned countless suspects and self-confessed Black Dahlia killers. However, to this day, the Black Dahlia's murderer has not been found and remains one of the most baffling unsolved murder cases in history. Number 5. The Mary Celeste. In November 1872, the Mary Celeste set sail from New York, bound for Genoa, Italy. She was manned by Captain Benjamin Briggs and 7 crew members, including Briggs' wife and their 2-year-old daughter. Commentators generally agree that to precipitate the abandonment of a seaworthy ship, some extraordinary and alarming circumstance must have arisen. However, the last entry on the ship's daily log reveals nothing unusual, and inside the ship, all appeared to be in order. Theories over the years have included mutiny, pirate attack, and an assault by a giant octopus or sea monster. In recent years, scientists have posed the theory that fumes from alcohol on board caused an explosion that, as a result of a scientific anomaly, did not leave behind signs of burning, but was terrifying enough that Briggs ordered everyone into the lifeboat. Number 4. Brian Shaffer. Early on the morning of April 1, 2006, Brian Shaffer and his friend William Clint Florence were wrapping up a night of celebration commemorating their completed final exams and the start of spring break at the Ohio State University College of Medicine. While they were enjoying a final round to close out the evening, Brian Shaffer somehow became separated from his friends. Police began their search at the last place Brian Shaffer had been seen, the Ugly Tuna. What they found there was the beginning of a perplexing mystery. With no solid theories about what happened to Shaffer, Columbus police continue to follow up on even the most far-fetched leads, from alleged sightings in Sweden to a phone call from a woman at a Michigan restaurant who believed that Shaffer was her waiter. There have even been anonymous online tips that claim to know the location of the body, but investigations into the claims have proven fruitless. Number 3. JonBenet Ramsey. JonBenet Ramsey was an American child beauty queen who was killed at the age of 6 in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. A long handwritten ransom note was found in the home. Her father, John, found the girl's body in the basement of their house about 7 hours after she had been reported missing. Her death was ruled a homicide. The case generated worldwide public and media interest, in part because her mother Patsy Ramsey, a former beauty queen, had entered JonBenet into a series of child beauty pageants. The crime is still considered a cold case and remains an open investigation by the Boulder Police Department. The Boulder police initially suspected that the ransom note had been written by Patsy and that the note and appearance of JonBenet's body had been staged by her parents in order to cover up the murder. Number 2. Jitha Angara. Jitha Angara was a chemist and 43-year-old mother of 3, working for the Passaic Valley Water Commission in New Jersey. In 2005, someone, likely a male coworker, choked the Angara inside a water treatment plant hallway until she passed out. The murderer then placed her unconscious body into a large underground water tank at the plant. The perpetrator locked the only escape hatch out of the tank, but it would not have done the Angara any good. It was located 5 feet above the surface of the water. The water inside the tank was a frigid 36 degrees. The Angara drowned not long after landing in the tank. Her killer was never caught. Number 1. The Hall Mills Murders. The murders of a pastor and a chorus singer on a makeshift lover's lane shocked a small town and brought forth rampant accusations, inconsistent witness testimony, and more than one false confession. The year was 1922, and in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Minister Edward Wheeler Hall was having an extramarital affair with a member of his congregation, the also married Eleanor Mills. When Hall didn't return home at night, his wife, Frances, and one of his brothers-in-law began a search, but neither Hall nor Mills was found until 2 days later when another couple walking Lover's Lane found their bodies under a crabapple tree. Though Hall and Mills's affair had apparently been common knowledge around town, an assertion that struck investigators as highly suspicious. Witness statements kept changing, likely influenced by the press coverage. Attention seekers kept confessing to the murders, and physical evidence was destroyed when sightseers trampled the crime scene, looking for souvenirs. As a result, Edward and Eleanor's murders were never solved. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.